This video is about real violence, real death, real fights. In the description section of this video, got a playlist of videos that I found on YouTube that show real fights, real violence, real death. This is what's real out there as far as training for survival. It's not the competition fighting that you see on commercialized television. People get tricked into the idea thinking that that's real, that's real fighting. That's not real fighting. Real fighting is the real violence out there in the real world. And there are some videos out there, a lot of videos actually on YouTube that will show you this. Most of these videos are security cameras that catch, real shootings, real deaths, real fights on tape. Some of them are police videos from their cars. Some of them are security cameras from stores, and some people got some footage on like a cell phone. All right, so this will remind you of what, as a martial artist or as just a regular citizen or just a human being in general, what you have to really do to train to survive. And it's not what you see in the competition fighting. You notice in these videos, you don't see arm bars, you don't see guillotine chokes, you don't see triangle chokes. This is no, 3 rounds, 5 minutes, or 10 rounds, 3 minutes. This is no weight classes, this is no gloves, this is no rules, there's no referees. This is just reality, real survival. And this cannot be duplicated in any type of competition fighting. This is just what happens out there in the streets. You see police officers that are getting shot at. In one of the videos, a police officer gets ambushed by like 3 people and he ends up getting killed at a traffic stop. Then you see a couple of police officers that are bullying like a 15-year-old girl. They beat her up in a detention cell. You see another police officer bullying a woman that has her handcuffs, and then he beats her up, makes her bleed, gives her 2 black eyes. You see a few jewelry store owners that are getting robbed and shot at, and they have to shoot, and they're shooting back. You see a jewelry store owner who gets a gun pulled out on him, and then the guy's gun doesn't work, and then he tries to get his gun to work again, and he pulls the trigger and it still doesn't work, and he runs. So there's another store owner who was getting robbed by, I think it was like a teenager, and then the store owner pulled out his own gun and then actually shot the teenager in the head and killed him. There's another one where there's like 4 guys standing by like a bus stop, and then out of nowhere, one guy just knocks this person down to the ground with a punch, and then the guy gets stomped on by his friends as well. It's just and then there's another one where there's teenagers in a bus, and 4 or 5 teenagers jump on one kid and beat him down. There's another one in Chicago that happened in Chicago where there was a group of teenagers that beat down and killed another kid. So I mean, this is the violence that's real out there. This is not fighting for money rewards. This is just people just being violent, people dying, people going to jail, and this is what we really have to prepare for. It's not the competition fighting. People think that that's real fighting. That's not. The real fighting is what you hear in the news and the drive-bys. And there's actually another video of an actual drive-by that was caught on tape. And you'll see when there's guns involved and stuff like that, how fast it happens. I mean, it's just, when the people are shooting off shots, 7 rounds in less than a second. It just happens in a blink of an eye. And stuff that you see in the competition fighting, making you think that you'll be rolling around the ground with somebody for 2-3 minutes. That's not how it is. The guns go off quick, within milliseconds, within seconds, and you don't really have much time to think. Your life could be ended immediately. And there's a lot of videos that are on there where there's fights that break out in the mall, where there's groups of people fighting, like over 10 people fighting each other. I mean, this is the reality. These are all, most of these videos are caught in security cameras, and this is not the fake stuff. This is the real stuff. And watching these videos, could remind you of what's really going, what you really have to prepare for, to make you better at defending yourself. And just basically how the power structure works in society. There's another video of a police officer that has a teenager on the ground face down, and then he shoots and kills the teenager, even when the teenager wasn't even resisting. So you see, in society, these techniques of competition fighting will really do you no good. It doesn't really help you survive that much out there. More of it is based on awareness and living a peaceful lifestyle, and trying not to surround yourself with negativity, and try not to place yourself in environments where there could be greater potential of danger. And the power struggle, some of these videos show corrupted police officers. It shows bullies that are police officers and how they take advantage of their authority. So even if you could fight and you're a good fighter, how are you going to handle a situation when you have a corrupted police officer pointing a gun at you? And then he places handcuffs on you, and then he starts to beat you for no reason, or hurt you and possibly even kill you. I mean, there's just situations like that where it doesn't even matter if you're a great fighter, because if you fight the police officer, he's justified in using greater force to hurt you, and he could even result in using the force to kill you if you resist enough. So these situations, end up coming to the realization that if you live more of a peaceful life, you have a greater chance of survival. But if you live a violent life, then you have less of a chance of survival out there. Alright, so if you look at the description section, I'll have a playlist of videos, and you could search for more, and you'll see more, of what I'm talking about. This is the reality. And sometimes when you watch these movies, it's more real than what you see in competition fighting. Because the only reason why these videos are posted is because there was a security camera, or because police officers had cameras in their cars. But most of the time when citizens encounter situations of violence, there's no cameras. All there is the story, and the story is usually told through the newspaper or in the news, in the media. Alright, so you could have a situation where you are being jumped by 6 people, and you have to fight to survive against 6 people, and there's no camera that caught that moment, and it's just something that is untelevised. But when you watch movies, sometimes they portray situations that do happen, and that are really realistic. So a lot of times, some of these movies that you watch is a lot more realistic to what can happen out there, or what's most likely to happen out there in real life, than what you see in competition